Hello, my name is Zhatelier, and welcome back for another bit of Shadow Empire. In previous episode, we had some troubles over here in the southwest, and we managed to take a little bit more land, forced them to build even more roads, and of course, we got pushed back a little bit, especially the infantry got pushed back by the enemy. Oh, they are the line. Okay. Well, it's mostly for infantry, so they're just kind of pointless for that one, I guess. But regardless, they pushed us back a little bit in here. Over here, we had a bit of artillery exchange again. On both sides, and we did get, well, what I did between the episodes is I did the strategic movement for the AA guns to be brought in here, so they will at least provide a bit of cover in here, probably not for next round, but the rounds after that, or for their next round, yeah, but the rounds after that, it will start providing some support. And how good is because not particularly good against vehicles or anything like that, but it will be very handy against the enemy planes, which we have already seen to fly in that region. And of course over here there's not too much. I mean, they got a little bit artillery, and we are doing a lot of bombardment over there. They did push us back from there with our heavy tanks, and I decided to pull back the troops behind the river line again, except the tanks, and I suppose these are still on the other side. I could potentially retreat these again. They started building even more roads through here. Like, they're just making a massive mess over here. And of course, I've already sent the colonists for this round, so let's take a quick look at the dashboard again. Synthetic fuel is another 20% away, laser rifles another 28% away, and then everything else is still going to take a while. So I guess what we're going to do is we'll head to the next round. Hopefully we'll have enough. I'm trying to save up a little bit of fuel. I mean, if we can get at least to, like, I don't know, 1600, we could probably buy a little bit extra fuel. I mean, actually, how much would it cost to buy some fuel right now? It's relatively expensive. You know what? I could probably buy, like, I don't know, 250 fuel at least. Without, I mean, we've got plenty of money in all fairness. And we could always just sell a bit of metal if need be. Like, if we sell on, I don't know, 300 metal, so we'll made a bit of a profit with those trades. We might want to, oh, high-tech, wait, no, high-tech power is right. We need to buy some of these, but these, oh, wow. 326 credits. That is a little expensive. So we might just have to find those. Well, let's head to the next round, shall we? Airstrike there. Luckily, we got the man-pads in there. We did manage to, oh, there's the tanks attacking, but we stood firm. Another airstrike. I don't think the man-pads are doing all that much damage on the enemy planes yet. May need to pull back a little bit again, probably around here, so it's a bit easier to defend. Oh, the sea worms tried to attack us. So no, we lost a bit of troops, but not too much, hopefully. We didn't really do a lot of damage, though, other than for the sea worms. Yeah, we killed... Oh, we did kill 10 tanks at least, but we lost 400 infantry for that. Most of that was lost in the bombardment, though. Ah, radiation cleansing. Oh, cleansing, okay. Alright, then. Then mechanized storm infantry army, okay. That would be quite interesting. And payload optimization. We had many ideas how to decrease the weight of our missiles and increase payload, as well as working on aerodynamics and fuel mixtures. Much research can be done to improve the payload of our missiles, okay. So I guess making the missiles a bit better, I guess. I don't know if it's going to reduce the weight of them or something, but... Oh, probably a bit of reducing weight, or they just increase the strength on them, I guess. Militia needs extra funds? Sure. Security Corporation, yes. We do need to increase the enforcement. And industry assets reaches 16, so we need another 2. I mean, we've got 1 already underway. And then we just need to get something more. How many rounds do we have? There's 93, and we're currently at 8. Okay, so 13 rounds to do that. I think we're going to manage it. Minor worker strike in Albertus.
Sir, yes, sir.
And Charismatic Union Chief in Spocomania. I'm going to try to ask the Chief to help reduce unrest, I guess. It's going to increase government a little bit, which might hinder us, actually, especially with the enforcement. But we've got a fairly good roll in here. Like, we need to get 30 or higher, and then we'll get that. Aha, we did actually manage to do that. But there, of course, there's no unrest in there right now. Italian community demands release of spy. We'll refuse their payment, in fact.
Yes, sir.
We'll return it just to keep the relations good. Right, well, let's have a look at the battles that we did, in fact, have. So there was bombing over here. That's where we lost 200 infantry. Then their attack, where we lost another 400 or 200 infantry, and then we killed 10 of their tanks. Another bombing run. Then over here, that's the Serpents, and that was all the battles. So it's only in the southern, or southwestern front right now where we had battles. We're having a bit of issues with the logistics here, though. And oh, right, the truck station over here isn't fully operational yet. I guess, well, we got the rail station now in Kathmandu's. And I guess what we should do is try to send in maybe a little bit more colonists.
Aye, aye, sir.
To help with the running everything. But at least now we got the rail station done. So next round, we'll start improving the logistics over here. Because we can bring in the food and all that to Kathmandu's directly with trains. We don't need to use trucks in there, which is eating into the precious few truck logistics points that we have right now. Now, what do they have in here? They got some light armor. They got the AA guns, I believe. So let's just go ahead and attack that stack there. Oh, there we go. There we go. Push them back. Could even attack in there, but I don't think I will. It's going to stay there. We could technically speaking try to clear that one, but I think it's better for us to have a bit of a buffer in there. Let's take a quick look at the replacement troops that we need. So we need a bit of infantry. Let's get 200 of these. I guess we had the extra machine gunners already, so that was pretty much it. Ooh, we did actually already have a bit of... Wait, no, we didn't. We just got the 200. Never mind. We got that dealt with. We could probably move this one over here to make sure that they don't, by chance, sneak through the mountains here. They might try it, but I don't think they'll get through. And then we could probably try to get our AA guns a little bit closer. I was hoping to bring them in here, but I guess over here would already be a little bit better. I mean, we've got the man-pads in here, which don't really do quite enough damage. But we can start digging in there, at least. They got the high ground with their motorcycles and all that, but for the time being, I think that's probably going to be just fine. How's Kazoo Raptors? Okay, so the civilization score is only 30 still. That hasn't really started growing. I mean, we've got a bit of the entertainment score. Well, we've got a tiny bit of entertainment score in there. Education points, we've got some in there. And all that. So yeah, the scores just need to grow quite a bit in there. A lot of that might actually just be not having enough workers to run all the public services. Actually, there's not really that many public services. It's a university, I guess. But if we do have a look at the education score, so the education score is already 100. And the health score is increasing, so I believe it is solely... Oh, right, we're losing the entertainment score, though. A little bit, although that shouldn't go too much further down, so I guess that's mostly okay. How is Ansang doing in terms of population now? So we've still got... Actually, we've got a bit of extra population in there already, so we don't actually need to send more there. Spokomania seems to be in pretty good situation with all of that. Did we build in any industry in here already? I think we did. Yeah, we got basic industry in there. I do wonder, do we have any... We don't have any food production in here, do we? That would be a no. I think maybe I should get some sort of food production in. Could I just build a farm in here directly? It might not be the best farm, admittedly, but we could do it. Get one of these in here, so that's going to reduce the logistics needed to bring in food for Spokomania, for example. Like, food is kind of best produced locally if possible. It's not always possible, admittedly, but if you can, you should do it locally. In this game, because you don't want to be using your precious few logistics, well, not necessarily all that few at times, but your logistic points for something that you can do locally. You can't always do it necessarily locally, though. That's a problem. Or at least not very efficiently. No kills there. Okay, we do have some planes to use, though. So yeah, there's the Heavies. We could attack that one again. Oh, there's the planes in here as a fighters. Well, I mean, they're not going to be doing too much against us. In fact, we killed some tanks and we pushed the enemy's fighter squadron away. And then we've got our orcs over here that could be doing a bit of a run over here. There we go. There's something that is shooting back, though. Well, we destroyed 10 tanks. Only light tanks, admittedly, but, you know, they didn't destroy anything from us, and we're getting a bit more experience on these. So that will definitely help us in the long run. We've got the tanks in here. Could we attack this stack now, especially with the heavy tanks? We'll attack with both of them, actually. Well, that seems to be quite deadly again. as per usual. How many did we destroy? We destroyed 60 tanks. And no surrenders or anything like that, but that's alright. We did push them back. So now they need to move in again. We could maybe even... I'm going to use the all-rounders and the blitzers to clear out the enemies on the other side of the river. Okay, but we'll destroy another 10 tanks. And that was with the all-rounders. Just trying to keep a bit of track of who kills and what. So we've got our AA guns in there. I think we're going to keep them in there, in fact. We do have our Heavies, though. Could we do another airstrike on something? We could try doing one over there or on this stack. Or maybe destroy some of the units over here. I'm going to send in the Orcs in there. Oh, no, it's the Ravens that we're sending in. Oh, there we go. There's a kill. 2 kills, in fact. Okay, 20 tanks destroyed. And they seem to be in a bit of a run there. I mean, the readiness is fairly low. They do still have a decent bit of troops there, though. So I don't think we can realistically speaking push them out quite yet. We've got a bit of artillery over here, actually. What I suppose I could do is just, you know, get a bit of practice in. Oh, well, there's a hit. And it was only 1 hit, in fact. Alright then. So, not the best. It will do for now. So we do have... Oh, we lost a bit of fuel there. Well, I suppose we did use a bit of the logistics to move the stuff. And we've got our AA guns in here now, so if they do want to still do stuff... Do we have... Oh, we do have the flak guns in here as well. So in theory, we've got coverage, well, all around here already. They are gathering their tanks for attacking this area, though, which does make me a little bit worried. We don't have particularly great digging bonus in here. One of the things that I could perhaps do is start moving these infantry units forward, especially now that we've got the AA guns to support. And we can sort of start threatening the enemy in here from the flank. There's a bit of the light tanks over there, which I'm not too worried about. I mean, they can still deal some damage, but it's not too bad. And our tanks over here did okay damage on the enemy. I mean, there's still motorcycles about. Not necessarily going to do too much about those. There's a bit of supply issues through this. I mean, I suppose the truck station over here doesn't have a massive throughput yet. Right, we didn't pay all the worker need in there. That makes sense. I think next round we'll have a bit better situation in regards to that. Still got our tanks guarding the flank there, plus the infantry with the anti-tank guns over here has dug in fairly well. They got an entrenchment of 200, so they should be able to hold their ground for a while. Now, we did even get some money this round, and synthetic fuel isn't too far off. Laser rifle's already 3/4 through, flak gun is already at 21%. Turbojet engine got another 4%, and fuel efficiency got another 2% also, so that's good. So I suppose one of the things that... So, well, first of all, we got the refinery over here being upgraded. That's going to take another 2 rounds. We could try to do... Well, actually, how much do we have energy? We still have an overabundance of over 200. Let's have a look at some of the constructions that we could maybe do over here in Spokomania. I mean, one of the things... well, first of all, it needs to be something in the industry category, most likely, for it to count. I mean, there's the deep core gas extraction, but that requires... So there's basically the biofuel refinery. We don't produce our food in here yet, although we're going to be doing that soon. So if we were to get another one in here, that would allow us to get fuel a bit closer, although I believe the fuel first needs to go back to the Supreme Headquarters, and then it can be pulled back. So it's somewhat of a problem. And then there's the heavy industry. I suppose another option would be to maybe build something in somebody. I mean, I believe somebody at least has the food production in there already. What did he... Right, we have the industry level 1. We could probably... Oh, right. Oh, yeah, we got the demetallization already. But that does require a bit of high-tech parts, so we can't really upgrade that one. We could perhaps get the industry level 2. But of course, there's quite a metal and workers, which I'm not entirely sure if we got quite that much. I think we're just going to build up the biofuel refinery in here. Because we got the food production in here with fairly good values, all things considered. And we're sending a lot of food out. So if we, you know, start using that for fuel instead, that might be a good idea. But yeah, we're definitely in a bit of a stalemate over here on multiple fronts right now. I mean, over here, we've still got some extra troops. I mean, well, I think these infantry, now that they can start digging in, they will get a bit better defense. I mean, what's the max dig in? 100 for the infantry at least, and artillery or guns in general. So yeah, we can dig in okay over here. We've got the tanks on the sort of corner, which means that, you know, that's the most vulnerable location. We've got some AA stuff over here guarding at least the sort of center of the front. Fuel or supplies in general is going to be a bit of an issue, though. Which I'm very aware of, let's just put it that way. I suppose the stuff over here in Spokomania. I mean, I suppose we've got a lot of construction work going in there, so that's going to take us a while. We've still got some of the colonists, though, that we could send out. I believe we've still got some, like, tasks could use a bit more workers, right? Yeah, it could. Let's just go ahead and say 200 colonists there. I believe Hidden Village could use a bit more as well. Yeah, that seems to be the case. It's going to be using a bit more of this supply through here, but it's not too bad yet. I mean, at least we got the level 2 railway through here, didn't we? Yeah, we did. So that will help. I mean, I suppose, again, I've been saying it already, but maybe I should make somebody sort of a new Supreme Headquarters on how the northern areas and the southern areas. I did use the Air Force already, so let's just head to the next round then. I'm hoping the next round will have a bit more fuel. I mean, we did spend a lot of it again. But, like, if we want to get some more heavy tanks, we need to get more fuel. But the heavy tanks would be probably the key to victory, especially in the south. Oh, there's another air attack, but we didn't lose anything this time. We've managed to dug in a bit more and all that. They are amassing a bit of troops on the front line there. Plus, they're trying to outflank us further north in here. Trying to probably reach sort of around this area. They're probably building just a road in there, quite frankly. Oh, there's a bit of an artillery strike there. Hopefully you stay there so I can destroy you. There's a lot of tanks coming in. We didn't lose anything. And we destroyed 50 tanks in that combat. So yeah, that's pretty decent exchange, I'd say. Yeah, we got 50 tanks. And research completed on the synthetic fuel. I'm kind of interested to see, like, I've already seen the stats a little bit on that one. Let's have a look at that again. So synthetic fuel is going to be using a lot of energy to produce fuel. I mean, yeah, if you've got plenty of energy production, then that could be quite handy. I mean, especially with now that we have the solar panel fields, we can get a lot of it for practically free. Like, it's sure enough, it uses a bit of a workforce, but it's not too bad. So we could probably just lean into that heavier and heavier. One of the things that I might want to do is get one of the power banks, actually, to just store more power in general. Let's have a look at the decisions. Yeah, we can hire another candidate. Supreme Command Council task, no need to change those. Same with the... Oh, right, this is the research task. So hydroponics would be one. Nuclear plants, radiation cleaning, water soil recomposition, volcanic energy tapping. I mean, that would be potentially useful. We've got a bit of volcanoes in our land, not too much though. Let's take a quick look at the tech tree here. So we've unlocked a lot of the areas already, actually. If you want to go for the automation, we'd have to get well, I suppose we could go for the volcanic energy tapping. That would unlock also the heavy machinery, which is not necessarily a bad one. That would unlock the extreme vehicles and all that. A walker hydraulics, so that would be... Like, the walkers are fairly good against tanks because I believe they've got, like, a bonus against tanks because, you know, elevation. Okay, battle dress would be the best armor available. And then there's the automated turret, which doesn't move, but that would actually be pretty good for defending, like, key points in logistics and all that sort of stuff. And of course, we could go for the atomics to do the nuclear stuff as well. We haven't gotten any of the propulsion stuff yet. Oh, high-speed rail, that would be quite handy, I reckon. But mag rail lines, yeah, that would require a different type of unit, I suppose. I think we're going to go for the volcanic energy tapping. We've got a minor worker strike and Catmandos, and Kazoo Raptor. Alien natives trying to talk with us. We've got plenty of points, so we will probably just send all of the available linguistics.
Yes, sir.
So, aliens seem to appreciate our efforts, but cannot say they made any progress. Progress has been made in understanding their language. Alright then. And they offer to help us, so we're going to decline their kind offer.
Yes, sir.
And our spies and Atenan commune have found info. You know what? Don't give the Democratic Trade League a bit of a boost there. It usually keeps the one that is in charge at the top of the list. They got quite a bit of troops here. Can we use these units to do another attack on the... Unfortunately not. What I suppose I could probably do, though, is send in the Heavies. Nope. That's too far. Okay, what about the Orcs? Do we have enough range? No, we don't have enough range to attack there. Right now, not this round at least. I guess we can just go ahead and send in these. We'll send in some of the Ravens as well. There we go, that's one kill. Alright, well, it wasn't quite as effective as I was hoping for, but we did at least deal some damage. And then now, if we were to do another ranged attack in there... Probably not getting any kills, quite frankly, but at least we're reducing their readiness. Meaning that they are less likely to be able to attack us, which is, of course, quite nice. Yeah, not too much happened there. We could potentially start moving these in here already. At least the infantry. We've still got the AA guns in there giving some coverage. And I don't think most of these troops can't... I mean, they might have some artillery in here, who knows. We can't attack those, although I guess what I could do is I could attack that one with some blitzers.
Open fire.
Seems to be going fairly well, actually. Bit of exchange of fire, but we destroyed 30 of these. We didn't lose any. I'm kind of tempted to get... Oh, actually, we do have enough fuel now for that. So what I'm probably going to do is we'll raise up a new heavy tank battalion. Go with the metalhead 2s. Oh, we don't have quite enough. Okay, what about if we go for the old... No, the old metalheads are even more fuel hungry than these are. So, but yeah, if we go for the metalheads 2s, we can get like 40 tanks in there already, and then we can get some as a replacement later on. Yeah, that is indeed the case. If we do replacement troops, can we already do that? Or does it need to have... Oh, no, it needs to have the fuel. Okay, well, in that case, I can just go through here with the heavy armor, or heavy tank. Because this one doesn't factor in the fuel cost directly, at least. And, of course, next round we can start moving that. Although, technically speaking, if I was to use the strategic movement, I don't necessarily want to take it too far yet, but I'm going to move it to Kazoo after next round. We can take it a little bit closer, maybe to the light thermal. And after that, if we can get like heavy tanks of either one of these, then I think that is the point where we can start pushing back all of these tanks. And they won't really be able to stop us because the metalheads are just so darn good against their light tanks. Admittedly, it is light tanks, so, you know, the bar isn't very high in that regard. Let's go ahead and clear out the enemy tanks here. Oh, we actually lost some. Damn. We got a kill there. Oh, right, and I realized that they had the troops over here, so we can try to sort of stop that one. It might be a bit difficult, though. How far can this one do attacks now? Oh, we could actually go all the way there. I believe that is the max range. Yeah, that is kind of the max range for these. I think there's units in there. We might wait another round with these, then, until the enemy troops get a little bit closer. If we can spot them with the infantry, we can then do some airstrikes into the mountains, and that way force them to retreat. So what about the situation in here? Ah, they pulled back, in fact. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get these across the river. And keep the anti-tank guns on the coastline, because I think that is the most vulnerable. And with the flat guns in there as well. I guess I could move these in here. So we've got the flat gun coverage in there, we've got a bit of troops in here, they've got quite a bit of tanks actually in there. But you know, we're in the forest and all that, I think we're mostly fine. It looks like the logistics through here is at least calming down a little bit. I'm going to quickly check the constructions that we're doing. So we've got the power bank and the fuel refinery in Spikes. In Somebody we're building the fuel refinery, and in Spokomania we're building some agricultural facilities, or faculties. No, it's facility. So that is going to give us a lot of, well, food and fuel, which are kind of the two things that we need them pretty much the most right now. I'm going to get a bit more ammunition in the meanwhile. And we've still got plenty of industrial points, actually. Let me go ahead and have a look at the road network that we have. I might start upgrading some of it. So we go for seal roads at least up to Fallon. And then maybe we could upgrade a bit of the road going up to Kazoo Raptor. And maybe the road from here to there. I mean, we've got a railway in there already, but it doesn't necessarily hinder us too much upgrading further. Because we could go for the Dream Bar. Oh, actually, if we build the road all the way to Zhate, that might be quite helpful. And we got a bit of resources coming in from there, although not... Well, we got the ruins over here, I guess that's a big one. But upgrading the roads in general is going to allow us to do the same stuff with a bit less amount of... or same amount of logistics with less amount of trucks, basically. Because the same trucks can have... or can move a bit further. They got the artillery in there, but I don't think they're actually doing any artillery strikes on us. They also got the AA guns, so we can't really attack this one too much. Not right now, or unless we get some rocket artillery. Actually, how much would that cost? I'll set us back in terms of points. They would have to be independent. Oh, I forgot we had the motorized flak/artillery brigade. Well, that could be quite handy. Not only right now, I don't think we can quite afford it fuel-wise, but that could be quite handy for later. Oh, there we go, rockets. 640 fuel. Could we afford buying that? I mean, maybe. But yeah, otherwise it's not too expensive. It does use a lot of ammo, though. But we got the rocket organ. Actually, we probably want to... After we've done the flak gun upgrade, we might want to get the better rocket artillery. Like, at least better fuel efficiency and all that. I don't know if we need to do any changes on the rockets themselves. They seem to be fairly good, all things considered. We managed to push at least a little bit back in here. We might want to connect to that road in there. Maybe from here. Then get the supplies in here a little bit easier. And I guess we're off to the next round. I don't know if that one can hold now. I mean, we've got the AA guns at least in the vicinity. There's a bit of air strike there. We lost some man pads in there, actually. And then they attacked, and they were victorious. They pushed us back. They might try to outflank us in there. We might have to just pull back to a bit of a shorter flank or front in there, in general. But at least we got more heavy tanks now. And we'll probably have some fuel issues for a little while. Ooh. We're doing a bit of a strike there. Okay, well, I guess that's where we're going to be attacking next round. Oh, they did a bit of an attack there. With infantry. Oh, well, I suppose it is forest and all that, so infantry is probably going to be the smarter option. And sending in tanks and tanks and tanks. So we got 100 infantry, 20 tanks, we lost 300 infantry. I mean, I think we still kind of won that. Ah, contracts are expiring. We need to have a look at that. Ah, jetpacks. That's going to be quite interesting infantry. Let's have a look at the contract first. So how much is it going to cost us to redo this one? It's actually fairly cheap. 31 credits per round, so we'll just go for the max one. We've got plenty of credits, all things considered. Then let's have a look at... Oh, right. Budget. I don't think we're going to do any changes there.
Yes, sir.
What's the new demand? Number of hexes which we have recon, which is 480. We need another 300 for that. Suppose if we do a recon with some of the... Yeah, it's just general hexes. It doesn't need to be even land hexes. So if we just go and do some recon on Zoria Deep or something, that's going to be fine.
Roger that.
We need to change the Interior Council's task and
Roger that, sir.
pay a bit of money. Atenian community is blackmailing us. We will refuse that.
Yes, sir.
Because, I mean, I don't think there's too much that they can really stick being due to us right now. So we had to build the bombardment in here. Are we... Oh, darn. We can't actually move that one. Well, we are getting the metal heads in here. I suppose I'm still going to use the strategic movement to get over there. It might cause a bit of issues for the logistics. But from that point onwards, we can move along there. Oh, we gained a massive amount of oil. But I suppose it might be that a lot of the oil didn't get delivered to the units now, which is kind of the issue. Yeah, these can't really move in. They got some of the artillery in here. I don't think we lost too much of those. So we lost a bit of infantry. We need, indeed, a bit of infantry. So we'll do that one. We need a bit of tanks, so we'll need to get some all-rounders. But that was already lost on our round, actually, so I could have done that. Oh, and the man-pads. There we go, so that's the reinforcements done. We've got our... Oh, yeah, these don't have the range either. And the Heavies over here, do we have at least the air attack range? No. Hawks don't have any range. Those don't have much of a range either. These ones do... What's that? That's a lot of infantry. Okay, I think what we're going to do is we are going to start retreating. In an orderly fashion. Hopefully. Going to move the infantry over there with that tank, I suppose. And then over here, it seems like they're actually pulling back a little bit. It doesn't hurt, or I'm not too worried about that one, to be fair. We've still got the recon planes there. How's the... They're still... Oh, they need a lot more workers in here. I mean, they are hiring a bit more. Did they just get... Oh, yeah, there's so many moving from Spike right now, which actually Spike is also having a slight reduction in the amount of public work or public jobs being taken care of, which is not really helping. But I do realize that we are actually out of time for this episode, so if you enjoyed this, please like or subscribe if you haven't already. Also, the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.